Welcome to another episode of
Bradham in Thailand. Today we're tackling two new topics we haven't discussed much in the past. Topic number one are the realities of teaching in Thailand. They're very unique to each person. The other thing we're tackling is just trying to stay sane and to deal with culture shock. Brian, do you want to take the lead on the realities?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that obviously there are things that you just cannot prepare yourself for when you come to Thailand. I think one of the things that people have to understand coming from wherever you're coming from, that Thailand has a very, very different educational system. Their expectations of their foreign teachers are just different from your basic employee, how you work back home. And especially if you're like me, who's not a teacher back home, it's a complete shock in terms of your lifestyle, your work, your day in and day out kind of thing. Another thing is that if you're going through an agency like we both did, they also have certain expectations of what you need to do. And the reason that I really wanted to talk about this is because we've had an instance in our at our school, you can say, that a teacher had to get let go. And that for me was shocking because it's extremely hard. The reality is it's extremely hard to get let go in Thailand as a foreign teacher. And the thing that I really want to talk about is it's more like what kind of person you need to be to come to Thailand. I think there are a lot of different things that can affect you, but the main bottom line is just do your job. There's nothing more that the school asks. There's nothing like above, you don't have to do anything crazy as a teacher in Thailand.
Yeah.
That would make you think like, oh my gosh, I can't do it. You gotta teach, it's hot. But yeah, I mean, there's a few things that I kind of want to talk about in terms of, as a teacher, what you need to do. Don't say no. When Thai teachers ask you to do something, don't say no. The brutal truth about it is, as foreign teachers, we make more money than the Thai teachers do. And they work extremely hard.
They work long hours and they work Saturdays.
Yeah.
So they work 6 days a week, and they come earlier. They stay later.
Yep.
They do their job in the classroom, and on top of that, they tutor.
Yep.
They do after-school programs. A lot of teachers double as coaches.
Yep.
And educators of other kinds. So I have a tremendous amount of respect for Thai teachers.
Absolutely.
And anything I can do to help out, I feel good about, and I like to put that out there.
And it's just one of those things where, I mean, if they might ask you to do little things like, can you help a student with this? Can you help a student with that? And there have been teachers that have just said no.
One thing that I find to be extremely important as a teacher in Thailand is you have to make sure that, to the best of your abilities, you are mentally and physically sound, and that you feel prepared to take on a lot of the stresses and rigors of a job that is in a third world country with water that isn't necessarily always clean, food that isn't necessarily always clean, living conditions that aren't always necessarily clean, and classrooms that aren't always clean. To varying degrees, there's a good chance that your immune system is going to get pretty well tested in Thailand.
Oh, definitely.
That's just the physical part of it. Never mind all the stresses that come with being here. Everything from culture shock to your body and your mind dealing with the really intense weather systems we have here, really intense humidity and really intense heat. That combined with the stress of teaching, classrooms as big as 50 or 55 kids can really affect you. So I think personally, from my experience and from what Brian and I have learned as far as being in Thailand, it is absolutely critical that you feel like you're mentally tough and physically tough. And to me, it requires maintenance. You have to take really good care of yourself. You have to practice a good self-care routine. I'm gonna get more into that a little bit later on, but that's just my preliminary thoughts.
And honestly, like Adam was kind of just touched upon, the brutal truth is that Thailand's not for everybody. It is a third world country, like Adam said, right? It's not what people expect. People expect when they come to teach in Thailand, they're gonna, I'm gonna be a teacher. I'm gonna live on the beach. I'm gonna have a mojito on the beach after every work day. You might get lucky if that happens. Yeah. But the reality is, it's not. There's a good chance you won't be, placed on a beach. So my advice to people, if you are considering coming to Thailand, is be realistic. Don't have expectations of, I'm gonna be be at a school on a beach where I can sit in the hammock and watch the sunset every single day. It just doesn't work that way. Anyways, it's just something that I really wanted to talk, like just really, really kind of nail down is, if you're gonna be someone that's very proud and someone that's gonna come here with a sense of attitude or like, you know, this like hierarchy, like, oh, I'm a foreign teacher, so I'm like above everyone. As brutally as this sounds, stay home. Do yourself a favor.
Stay home.
You're not gonna do the teachers a favor. You're not gonna do your coworkers a favor. You're not gonna do your students a favor. Just do your job. You know, whatever the school and your agency asks you to do, just do it.
Yeah.
Come to school on time. If you have gate duty, do your gate duty. Leave on time. It's not that hard.
And take good care of yourself.
Yes. If you are sick in any sense of the word, stay home.
Yeah.
It's not the best country to be in if you are struggling with any kind of illness. It's hard, first of all, unless you can speak the language, you're gonna have no idea what they're
It's
saying.
hard with no illness, for crying out loud. I suffer from 0 illnesses, yet I still struggle.
Every day is a battle.
Yeah.
No matter how much people say they like heat, that's a whole other.
It's like walking into a Turkish men's sauna with the heat cranked all the way up every day.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes you strong.
Enough about that.
Yeah.
But Adam, another issue that Adam really wanted to talk about, that he'll go into detail with, is kind of how to deal with culture shock and how to maintain a healthy, not only a healthy lifestyle, but a healthy mental stat. Like, what is the word I'm looking for? Like stage, like just being mentally sane.
If I can establish some context around this too, Brian,
Please.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like we're in the age of social media, and everything you
Oh.
post on social media has to make you look like you live the most amazing life in the entire world. And I think that a lot of the teachers come here only post pictures of things that look like postcards.
Like the drink in a hammock on a
Yes.
beach with
the
sunset.
thing that you mentioned earlier is the perfect example. I think people that teach in Thailand, a lot of times, post only those pictures, and they give a false impression of what it's
Absolutely.
actually like to be here. Not to say that it's not an absolutely wonderful and super enriching and a great learning experience for anybody, but I am saying that it comes with a host of problems and challenges and things you need to actively prepare yourself for and actively take good care of yourself in order to avoid exacerbating. I call this staying sane.
Yeah, staying sane, not letting yourself go crazy and wanting to go back home.
There's 2 different kinds of people in the world. There's probably actually more than 2, but some people prefer, if they're doing self-care, to hit the gym, to eat really healthy, to do a lot of traditional self-care. I consider myself more in that camp. I think for other people, like this homie right here, resting, spending a little bit more time indoors, recharging your batteries. Brian, does that sound?
Oh, that's absolutely me to a T. I love indoors. I love eating. I love food.
There's no wrong and right. There's just whatever taking good care of yourself is. Make sure that you do those things on a regular basis so that when you come in the next day to teach, you don't feel like a zombie. Yeah, culture shock is a real thing, and culture shock affects everyone pretty differently. I think some people get really lonely. Some people get like inexplicably stressed out and tense and don't know why. Some people probably spend way too much time on social media or FaceTiming their family and friends back home. And while that can be good from time to time, it also takes you out of the experience you're having and makes life really difficult because you're just missing home and that type of thing. So I wanted to mention that.
Yeah, Adam, what are some tips that you could give to people that are maybe just getting to Thailand, or that are just trying to figure out ways to kind of help themselves stay sane? We'll say.
Pardon the tuba noise. Tubas are warming up out there. Sorry. Probably the most important thing I can recommend is just find a really good hobby. Maybe it's a hobby you had back in the States that you can continue doing here. Maybe it's something brand new. Find at least one hobby, preferably 2 or 3, things that you can do anywhere. Examples include, I'll use my own life as an example, reading a good book, exercising on a regular basis, finding a gym to go to, finding some gym friends to keep you accountable. I really like playing acoustic guitar. I'm trying to pick it up, trying to get better. Other things might include painting. There's literally doing yoga, anything and everything that you think will make you happy. Really find a hobby or two. Another thing is just in the general sense, take good care of your health. Most teachers here get health insurance, I think, for the most part.
Usually you're covered by some sort, I don't know to what degree, but usually you have a minor form of health insurance from the school and or your agency.
If not, you have travel insurance. So I think one way or another, you're probably covered. Take good care of yourself so you don't have to use it.
Another thing, if you don't mind me throwing something in there, was
No.
make friends. As much as I am a homebody, there are people that have made my transition that much easier and have made me stay an extra semester. I mean, I was 99% sure I was staying a semester, but the people, my friends, actually there's a guy right here sitting watching us film right now, his name's Helpy. It's the nickname I gave him.
We love you, Helpy.
He's like him, Barbie, and Snooki. Shout out to you guys. You guys have made my time here that much more enjoyable. It's just like, I mean, again, communication isn't obviously ideal, but they can understand me. We have a good laugh about how we can't understand each other sometimes. But we love going to movies, we love eating, we love food. And that's just kind of how you just make friends. You find common things like food. Who doesn't like food?
It's true.
Right? Just make people that make your time here feel a little bit more like home, but even though you're in a different country.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to make friends, whether it's at school, whether it's in your neighborhood. Luckily for me, they're both at my school and in my neighborhood. But I mean, push yourself to make at least a few solid friends. And obviously Adam coming here at the end of this, or at the beginning of the semester, has been huge. Even doing something like YouTube.
Starting a blog, starting a vlog, starting something creative like this is super, super important. To piggyback on what you were saying, having a group or a crew of Thai friends to do activities with, or to help you get around, or to help you communicate, to help translate. There's a million reasons why having Thai friends is important. The most basic is you're in their country.
Yep.
And if you isolate yourself and you don't make friends here, I think that's kind of a waste of a bunch of money. It's a waste of a trip, and why would you do that?
Yeah, why come?
Yeah, why come in the first place? Thai people are amazing. They're probably some of the most friendly people on the planet, and
They're beautiful. Guys and girls, they're
beautiful. The kids are probably
oh my god. Thai babies are the cutest babies in the world.
cute as a button.
I thought Korean babies were cute. No, Thai babies. Yeah,
feel like-
I had to say that.
I feel like butter on a summer's day watching one of those kids walk by. You know, just the cutest things I've ever seen.
Yeah. But anyways, these are just two main things that we really felt, I mean, we've been talking about this for a while, that we just really wanted to get out there. No, it's not the most glamorous video, but hopefully it's something that people that, you know, are entertaining the idea of coming to Thailand, just kind of take into consideration that it's not what you're, lower your expectations, be realistic about it. Do your research.
Yeah, if you're looking for the quote-unquote perfect job, you're never going to find it because there's no such thing.
True.
This is just another option. It's an awesome option.
Amazing.
Everything has its pros and cons.
Of course.
This is no exception.
Yeah.
We appreciate everyone. We appreciate you tuning in. We love you to death.
Like,
Subscribe.
we've been, man, I just want to throw another side note here. Man, people have been really supportive of us, hey? It's been amazing. Like, I know we had a little bit of a lull there. The MacBook died, which sucked, but the support that we've gotten the last couple of videos has been amazing. So we are so thankful for you guys. Even if we get 100 views, it just means that we've kind of shared with at least 100 people. That's a lot of people for us.
100 subscribers, I think, in the last month is pretty amazing too. Somewhere around there.
Yeah, I don't know. I forgot.
Pretty righteous. Thank you. Keep watching. We have a couple really cool videos planned in the future. Stay tuned.